Hello class. So I want to look at another example that has to do with conversion from base 10 to another base. Most especially that involves decimal part. Now I want to convert 574.325 in base 10 to base 8. If you want to convert this, the first thing you do is to divide this into 2. You pick the part without the decimal part, you separate it from the part with the decimal part. We treat them separately. Don't forget, we want to convert this to base 8. The first thing is to pick the part, the whole number part, the integer part. 574. So let's convert this one to base 8 first. So 8 in 57, that will give us 7. That's 56, remember 1. 8 in 14 is 1. That's remainder 6. So we go again. 8. 8 in 71 will give us 8. That will be 64. Then that will be remainder 7. Then we'll pick it again, 8. 8 in 8, 1. Remainder 0. Now 8 in 1, 0. Remainder 1. Now we read up. That will be 1076 in base 8. That is the integer part. 574 in base 8, 2 in base 10 to base 8. Now, what about the decimal part? Don't forget, we divide the integer part with base 8, but the decimal part we are going to multiply. That is, pick decimal part, 0.325. We now start by multiplying it with what? With 8. Then we start by multiplying. Now, 8 times 5 will give us 40. That's 0. We pick 4. Carry 4 to the next number. 8 times 2 is 16. Plus 4 is 20. We carry 2 to the next part, to the next number. 8 times 3 is 24. With 2, that will be 26. So we put down 6. Then we carry the 2 to the other part. 8 times 0 is 0. Then with 2, we have 2. So we pick these 2 out as a number, 2. We multiply this part again with 8. We assume that this 2 is already out. So we are going to treat this 2 like 0 this time around. This 2 has been picked out. So we assume it's 0. Now we multiply again. 8 times 0, 0. 8 times 0, 0. 8 times 6 will give us 48. So we have 8, then you pick carry 4 to the next number. We'll treat this one as 0 this time around, as 0. So 8 times 0 is 0, with 4, that will be 4. Because this was 48. So we bring out this 4 again, bring out this 4, and we treat this 4 like 0. So we multiply again with 8. So let's continue on the next one. So we are going to have something like 0.800 multiplying 8. 8 times 0 is 0. 8 times 0 is 0. 8 times 8 is 64. So we have 6.4. So we bring out 6 again. I'll multiply with 8 again. 8 times 0 is 0. 0. 8 times 4 is 32. So we have 3 points. So we also bring down 3. So we have multiply again with 8. 0, 0. 8 times 2 is 16. Then we carry 1. So we bring down 1. We continue again times 8. Now, when you notice something here, you are multiplying by 6, you can see that it has come back to this. So it's like the whole process will just continue. So you can decide to stop at this stage. Now, when you look at the numbers we have 2, 4, 6, 3, and 1. Remember, when we are dividing, we start our reading from the bottom to the up. But when you are multiplying the decimal part with 8, you start from the top down. So the number is now 2, 4, 6, 3, and 1. It's best you stop here because the whole process will just repeat itself since you already have something like 6.6008 and you have 0.600 with 8. So when you read down the numbers, it means that 0.325 in base 10 is now 0.24 in base 8. Now, finally, you now join the two answers together. Therefore, 574.325 in base 10 is now equals to the integer part, which is 1076. Now, you now add it with the decimal part, which is 24631 in base 8. Now, this is applicable to any other base that you want to convert to. This is just to base 8. In summary, the first thing you do is to separate it into two, the integer part and the decimal part. To the integer part, you divide and you read up. You put down your answer. To the decimal part, you multiply with 8. When you multiply with 8, as you are multiplying, you keep the integer part separate, the integer part separate, the integer part separate, integer part separate, integer part separate. You now take your reading from the top, 0.24631 in base 8. You now join both the integer answer and the decimal answer. Thank you. We'll meet in our next class.